Hey there! Today, I want to dive into one of Jesus' parables that carries a powerful message about persistence and faith, the parable of the persistent widow. It's found in Luke 18 verses 1 through 8, and it's got some deep, meaningful lessons for us. So, let's get into it. Jesus starts by telling his disciples a story to show them that they should always pray and not give up. Imagine a town with a judge who neither feared God nor cared what people thought. This judge was kinda like the worst-case scenario, someone who really didn't care about justice or righteousness. Now, in that same town, there was a widow. Widows in those days were often vulnerable and had little power. This widow kept coming to the judge with a plea, "Grant me justice against my adversary." She was persistent, showing up repeatedly, asking for justice. At first the judge refused. But over time her persistence wore him down. He thought to himself, even though I don't fear God or care what people think, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually come and attack me. And then Jesus makes the point. He says, listen to what the unjust judge says, and will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly. Jesus is highlighting a powerful contrast here. If an unjust judge responds to persistence, how much more will our compassionate and just God respond to us? It's a reminder that even when it seems like God isn't answering our prayers, we should not lose heart. God hears us and is a righteous judge who will ultimately grant justice to those who seek him. The parable wraps up with a thought-provoking question. When the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? This question calls on us to examine our faith. Are we willing to persist in prayer to keep our faith alive even in the face of hardship? So, what are the key takeaways? First, perseverance in prayer matters. Jesus encourages us to keep praying, to not give up, even when answers seem slow in coming. Second, God's justice is assured. Unlike the unjust judge, God is righteous and compassionate. He hears our cries and responds in his perfect timing. And finally, it's about faith and endurance. This parable calls us to keep the faith, to endure, and to trust that God will vindicate the righteous. So, my friends, let's take this to heart. Let's be persistent in our prayers and steadfast in our faith, knowing that our just and loving God is always listening. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, keep the faith alive. See you next time.